1931, China faced one of the deadliest natural disasters in history, with floods of an unimaginable scale. These events reshaped communities, landscapes, and the course of history, leaving a mark that would be studied for generations. During the early 20th century, China's environmental and socio-political landscape was already strained. The country, grappling with both internal strife and external pressures, was poorly equipped to handle the natural calamities awaiting it. The weather played a cruel role in the disaster's severity, with an abnormally snowy winter and spring laying the groundwork. The excessive snowfall increased the water levels in rivers, setting the stage for catastrophe. The situation escalated in July 1931 when a series of cyclones hit, unleashing torrential rains. These events turned an already dire situation into a calamity of epic proportions, impacting millions. The Yangtze, Yellow, and Huai rivers, integral to China's geography and economy, were overwhelmed. Their banks burst, inundating vast areas of land, destroying crops, and obliterating entire communities. The 1931 China floods inundated an area equivalent to the size of England, laying waste to millions of hectares of farmland. This unprecedented inundation left the landscape irrevocably altered, with vast stretches of fertile land transformed into barren wastelands. The sheer scale of the devastation was staggering, affecting millions and reshaping the geographical and socio-economic landscape of China. Estimating the human toll of the floods presents a grim challenge, with fatalities rumored to range from hundreds of thousands to possibly over 4 million. The difficulty in pinpointing an exact figure lies in the chaotic aftermath, where many perished not only from the floods, but also from subsequent starvation and disease. This tragedy stands as one of the deadliest natural disasters, highlighting the immense human cost beyond the immediate destruction. In the wake of such calamity, survivors faced an uphill battle for survival. Displaced from their homes, many were thrust into a precarious existence, grappling with famine and an increased prevalence of waterborne diseases. Stories of resilience emerge from this dire context, painting a picture of human endurance amidst overwhelming adversity. The Chinese government, overwhelmed by the magnitude of the disaster, struggled to respond effectively. Efforts to provide relief were hampered by the scale of the catastrophe and the limited resources at hand. This period tested the limits of the government's ability to manage such a profound crisis, revealing vulnerabilities in disaster preparedness and response. Internationally, the floods elicited a wave of sympathy and support, prompting aid from governments and charities around the globe. This collective response highlighted the global community's willingness to come to the aid of those in dire need, fostering a spirit of international cooperation in the face of natural disasters. The 1931 China floods left an indelible mark on the country's agriculture, sweeping away countless crops and crippling the primary source of livelihood for millions. The destruction of farmlands precipitated a dire economic downturn, exacerbating the struggles of those who survived the initial catastrophe. Infrastructure, including roads and bridges, was decimated, further isolating affected communities and hampering recovery efforts. In the wake of the floods, public health crises emerged as formidable foes. The stagnant waters became breeding grounds for diseases like cholera and typhus, with the health infrastructure overwhelmed and unable to cope. The lack of clean water and adequate sanitation facilities exacerbated the situation, leading to widespread outbreaks and increasing the death toll. The environmental aftermath of the floods was profound, with altered landscapes and ecosystems. Fertile soils were washed away, and in their place, sand and silt rendered vast areas barren. This ecological disruption had lasting effects on the region's biodiversity and agricultural productivity, posing challenges that persisted for years. Survivors' tales from the 1931 floods are heart-wrenching stories of resilience and despair. Amidst the loss and devastation, individuals fought to rebuild their lives, with many displaced persons facing famine and disease. These personal accounts provide a human face to the tragedy, highlighting the indomitable spirit of those who endured. The catastrophic event prompted a re-evaluation of flood management and disaster preparedness in China. Lessons learned from the floods led to the implementation of more robust measures designed to mitigate the impact of future natural disasters. These initiatives aimed at safeguarding lives and livelihoods, demonstrating a commitment to preventing a recurrence of such devastation. Placing the 1931 China floods within a global context reveals a stark narrative of natural disasters. Unlike other historical floods, its scale of devastation and human toll ranks among the deadliest, underscoring the vulnerability of densely populated river basins to natural calamities. This comparison not only highlights the unique challenges faced by China, but also fosters a deeper understanding of flood management strategies worldwide. The floods have been immortalized in various forms of media and literature, serving as a poignant reminder of the human capacity for resilience and adaptation. Through novels, films, and artworks, the tragedy of the 1931 floods transcends time, offering insights into the societal impact of such disasters and the enduring spirit of the survivors. This cultural documentation plays a crucial role in preserving the collective memory of the event. In modern-day China, the legacy of the 1931 floods still lingers, shaping the nation's approach to disaster preparedness and environmental management. The scars left by the floods are not just physical, but also woven into the fabric of China's societal consciousness, reminding current and future generations of the importance of vigilance and innovation in combating natural disasters. Scientific studies of the 1931 floods have shed light on the complex interplay of meteorological, hydrological, and human factors leading to the disaster. Research into these floods continues to inform contemporary approaches to flood risk assessment and mitigation, emphasizing the need for comprehensive strategies that address both the immediate and long-term impacts of such events. Reflecting on the 1931 China floods underscores the importance of historical awareness in shaping our responses to natural disasters. By learning from past mistakes and successes, societies can better prepare for future challenges, ensuring that the lessons garnered from one of history's deadliest natural disasters are not forgotten, but serve as a guide for generations to come.